welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 111 of the DrewCast. I'm excited tonight, guys, because Star Wars Celebration just happened, and me and my disembodied voice, we're going to break down some of the biggest news from this weekend. We're also going to review the Mario movie together, so I'm excited. For people on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, please come to the YouTube video because, like always, you're going to miss out on some key pictures or key memes that I end up posting. So, yeah, but Justin, I'm excited, bro, because obviously I'm a huge Star Wars nerd. I'm a huge, just like Star Wars head in general. Star Wars has been a little shaky lately. I'm not going to lie, bro. There's been a lot of like divisiveness in the Star Wars community. You're not really, which sucks because if you were part of like the community, like how I'm deep into it, right? Pause. But I would want to hear your take on it, because is there like a fandom that you think you're a part of that's like really toxic that you could compare it to?
No, not off the top of my head.
No. Well, let's just say you're lucky that you're not a part of this toxic fandom. But I'm here today to try to bring some love and some joy back into Star Wars, because it's missing it from the fan side. So, like I said, welcome back, guys. It is episode 111. If you haven't already, last week I did a Say What's Real episode with my friend Aljanae. I think it's a fire episode, by the way, on Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels. Everybody's showing love, so I want to thank you guys for that. And yeah, so to start off, before I get into Star Wars Celebration, because that did take place in Europe this past weekend, I want to talk about Star Wars Visions, right? So Star Wars Visions, the second season is coming out. They released a trailer. Basically, Lucasfilm allows a bunch of studios to make, anime episodes and animated episodes based on Star Wars. They're not usually anything in like the canon world. Like a lot of them are disconnected from like the main storylines. A lot of them are different, right? I don't know if you saw the trailer, Justin, but it got me thinking, right? So one of the biggest anime studios ever, so Studio Ghibli, I feel like it's time. It's time to give them a goddamn Star Wars movie, bro. It would be so perfect, in my opinion. Even like, let's just say Harry Potter, right? Imagine like Harry Potter or like a Star Wars movie in Studio Ghibli like style. I think they'd kill it, dude. I think they'd kill it. And honestly, I'm gonna say it right now. If Studio Ghibli does a Star Wars movie, or they even, let's just say a show, but like we're gonna stick with the movie, right? If Studio Ghibli did a movie, I want it to be the Old Republic, bro. Me and you played that video game when we were kids, Knights of the Old Republic 2. And Studio Ghibli in the Old Republic, bro, that would be so fantastic, dude. Right? The reason I'm pumped is because I've loved season 1 of Visions. Season 1 was amazing. So I saw the trailer to season 2. It already looks really good. I'm gonna check it out. There was an episode that I saw. There was a scene from the trailer where it kind of looked like Wallace and Gromit. So that one was like, oh yeah, cool. Like, let's see where they take that episode, right? So big news coming out of Celebration. There's a lot, and we're gonna get into the meat and bones of the movies. So Lucasfilm is getting back into the movies, right? They haven't had a movie in theater since 2019 with The Rise of Skywalker. So, and again, that movie was really divisive, right? Because you had The Last Jedi, which again, when I was leaving the theater with you, bro, and I just like felt like this overwhelming, like, what did I just watch? Right? So Rise of Skywalker wasn't as bad, but still Rise of Skywalker was pretty fucking bad, bro. I mean, I'll still watch it and stuff because like I love Star Wars, and like there was tidbits in the movie that I really enjoyed. But like you could just tell that like they didn't plan anything. And everything was just thrown together last minute, and they kind of proved it when they would do interviews afterwards, right? So starting off, and I think this is going to be the first movie they release because they're aiming for a 2025 release date. They're going to do a movie featuring Rey. So Rey's going to come back, and it's going to be about her rebuilding the Jedi Order. And that should be a 2025 release movie. It's going to take place post Rise of Skywalker. A lot of people don't like this, bro. I mean, and if you're not someone who likes the sequels, you won't like this, right? I kind of don't like it. If they do what I want them to do, or what I hope they do, I really think they can redeem Rey and these sequel characters. They can redeem Finn. John Boyega was like pretty pissed off with Lucasfilm about like how his character was handled. And I would be too, bro. Like they shrunk him on the poster when he was going overseas to like, the Asian markets. and like they kind of fumbled his character. And so I hope they bring John Boyega back. Let's get Finn as a Jedi. Bring Adam Driver back. You know, I think they should just go forward and bring. That's kind of how you could technically rewrite the sequels. You're not gonna like fully rewrite it, but if you bring Adam Driver back, you bring John Boyega back, you get like good writers who understand Star Wars, and they give Rey a good story, and it's not just like. One of the things though that I didn't understand was they said like the Jedi are in disarray 15 years later. Bro, it took them 15 years. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, can we please make it make sense, right? Right, and if as long as they can just make a good story and they stick to that, this movie can't succeed. Now, if they're gonna hire people who pander and everything has to be like a virtue signal, then this movie won't do good and it sucks. Because Daisy Ridley and them don't deserve that. Like, it's not Daisy Ridley's fault that the writing sucks, right? So I'm gonna reserve my judgment for when the movie comes out so I can watch it. But I don't think you were really into the sequel trilogy, were you, Edison? Like, you watched it with me in theaters, but I don't think you were really like. It didn't really resonate with
not
you.
So much. I don't think anything Star Wars related other than the movies we watched when we were kids.
Oh, the
Is she the first person to like be the main character in 2 sets of trilogies?
Yeah, I think.
Because I mean, Anakin was, but not the same.
Not Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
I don't
She's
even
gonna
know if
be
this will
in
be a
both
trilogy.
trilogies.
This is just a one-off movie, and hopefully, if it does good, they'll do a sequel. I think they did that on purpose, bro. Like, let's say they announce a trilogy and the first movie doesn't do good, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people are mad because they wanted to see Luke rebuild the Jedi Order. That was something that Luke did in the old EU and like the extended universe before Disney bought it. Luke did that, right? So I understand why people would be frustrated with that, right? You know, when they have Kathleen Kennedy, like the Force is female, and like the Force is for everybody, bro. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're a male or a female. It doesn't matter. The Force is for everybody. So the fact that like if Kathleen Kennedy said like the Force is male, that's not, bro. No, it's not, bro. It's for everybody. So I just don't like when they get writers who like virtue signal the fuck out of everything, right? Like one of the actresses who's playing in the show Acolyte, bro, she on stage at Celebration, she's literally talking about how Star Wars is patriarchal. Like, bro, no, it's not, bro. Like, Star Wars isn't patriarchal.
I mean, kinda, no. Darth Vader is a guy. Darth Sidious is a guy. Or Emperor Palpatine.
I think it kind of gives disservice to like Padme, Leia. It gives disservice to Mon Mothma.
Above her,
huh?
Weren't the people above her dudes?
You mean like her superiors, or like you mean like people like actors?
The
characters. You mean like in like ranking?
Yeah. Weren't those 2 like alien fucking guys above her?
Oh, you mean Padme?
Who'd you just say?
I said Padme and Leia.
Yeah, well, I don't know about her backstory, but weren't the 2 alien like?
Oh, the descendant.
Yeah, weren't they?
They weren't above her. She was the queen in Abu, but like they were like from the Trade Federation trying to take over her planet.
I don't know.
But I mean, off that, bro, I'm excited for the movie.
I wouldn't say it's patriarchal, but I mean,
but it's just
the
like
coolest characters are dudes. But that's for the right reason, bro.
You can kind of understand why people would be mad, because the girl who's the showrunner for the Acolyte, she just says stuff like, "Oh, like a lot of these writers that I got have never even watched Star Wars. I just wanted to make a diverse writing room." That's a huge red flag, bro. It's always going to be a red flag to me. Like that's not something that like people want to hear. Like, hey, I got someone who doesn't even know your lore, but because they're fucking trans black, it's fine, right? And I'm like, it's like, no, bro. Like, can you just get someone who knows about Star Wars, bro, and makes a good movie? But off that, my guy Dave Filoni, I always tell you this about this guy. He's next to George Lucas for me, bro. When it comes to people that you should definitely trust when it comes to making Star Wars and people who understand Star Wars, Dave Filoni. Now, you've never seen the Avatar, The Last Airbender, but he made, and I think it was like in season 1 and 2, he was like the writer and like behind a lot of those episodes and directed them. So Dave Filoni is, when it comes to animated shows, like he's the the reason the Clone Wars animated show was such a success, the show Rebels, the Mandalorian, like the new show Ahsoka that we're going to talk about later in the episode. I mean, he's the real deal. He's getting his own movie. They're saying that the movie's gonna wrap up all the Disney Plus television shows, right? So Mando, Ahsoka, Skeleton Crew, the Book of Boba Fett, and whatever else they make that goes into this Mandoverse. The movie's gonna be the culmination of it. So one of the things, though, right, that kind of had me worried a little bit is because I think his movie's gonna be Heir to the Empire, right, which is based on like the Thrawn books from like the 90s. And I really hope that he could adapt it well enough to where people aren't super mad, because those books, Justin, I'm gonna tell you, they were some of the best books I have ever read, bro. I'm not just talking Star Wars either. Like the Heir to the Empire is by far some of the best material I've ever read. I mean, the way they wrote Thrawn is like, it's genius, bro. Like, this guy wasn't a Force user, right? This guy wasn't like the Sith. He wasn't like the Emperor and like Vader. Like, this guy would just outsmart you. And like the way they wrote it and the way the book was made, I mean, it got me into Star Wars books. I can remember the day and everything. Do you remember when our stepdad Travis brought home like hella Star Wars books from like his grandma's like book collection?
Yeah.
That's how it started. And then I remember I got grounded one summer, and I always tell that grounded one summer story, which is true. I really literally got grounded one summer. And the first fucking book I pick up is Heir to the Empire. And from that moment going forward, bro, like that is my sequel trilogy. And a lot of people actually share that sentiment, bro. So, I mean, I think that's what his movie is going to be. And I have a lot of hope for this guy. It's his first movie that he's going to be directing like that, this big on this big of a scale. So I hope everybody turns out for it, because he deserves it, bro. Like the Mandalorian show is awesome. Ahsoka looks awesome. And if you guys support this movie and it ends up doing good, like Dave's going to get more movies in the future. And you want someone like Dave to be directing these movies. You don't want somebody who was just hired for diversity. You don't want someone that was hired just for diversity and doesn't know Star Wars, right? We need people who understand this, and he's the guy. He's the guy. The third movie, and this isn't an order. I think they announced these differently. But James Mangold, bro, you know who that is? He's a very, very popular director. He's made a lot of movies that you've probably watched, bro. But yeah, he's gonna be making a movie called Dawn of the Jedi, which basically takes place at the beginning. Like, this is going to be thousands and thousands of years before the Skywalker saga. And he kind of compared it to like a biblical type of movie. Like it's like the birth of the Force, right? Like the birth of the Jedi, the birth of the Force. We're going to see how it all started. That's actually really fascinating, because they've never touched on that in the new canon. And you're not going to be held back to like the Skywalker saga. You're not going to be held and constrained with like, you can't do this because of this. Like, this is literally the beginning.
I've never seen any of his movies.
Name some of them.
Indiana Jones in the Dial of the... It's the one that's about to come out.
You ever seen Logan? Didn't he do Logan?
Never seen Logan.
Okay.
He did Ford versus Ferrari. Never seen it. Wolverine from 2013. Never seen it. Copland, 310 to Yuma, Walk the Line.
Oh, Walk the Line's fire, bro.
I've never seen it.
That's fire, dude.
Night and Day, Identity, Kate and Leopold. I'm just like scrolling. I never heard of shit. Oh, he did Greatest Showman. I've seen that. Okay. Greatest Showman's actually hella fire.
So does that excite you that he's going to be doing Dawn of the Jedi? I mean, he's literally...
I'm assuming those movies are like nothing alike, but
but we know that he's...
Greatest Showman's a musical.
Yeah, like, but the other ones... Musical. Well, because you haven't seen the other ones. Never mind, you haven't seen the other ones, but at the same time, he's doing the Swamp Thing for DC right now, too. So he has his plate full, but I mean, from the sounds of it, he's playing in an era where like they haven't touched yet, right? The beginning, that sounds fire, bro. The birth of the Force, the birth of all that, like you can go so many ways, and like you're not constrained by anything. There is no empire at this time. Like they literally should just make it that, like the birth of the Force, the birth of the Jedi, like, you know, maybe like everybody starts off good at first, and then like it's kind of like, I would almost make it like the Bible, bro. Like how like Lucifer was the one that was like, hey, like starts questioning everything, and they cast him out, and like he ends up being like the first Sith or the first dark side user because he was casted out from like the Jedi society, bro. That would be kind of fire. And he did say it was on some biblical shit, bro. And that kind of sounds like something that you could play with, right? So earlier I brought up the Ahsoka show. The trailer did come out. It looked so good, bro. You shared it, and did you watch it though?
No,
No, okay.
I just shared it because it showed up on my.
Well, good thing you shared it, because the second I woke up that one morning, I opened up my phone. And I'm like, oh my god. But I watched it. It looks good. I mean, bro, it looks good. We're getting basically Rebels in live action, and they obviously we know Thrawn's gonna be the villain or like the bad guy of the show, but when she says the words "heir to the Empire," bro, a lot of people are excited, but then again, a lot of people are like, oh, because the main question after watching this trailer, which was amazing by the way, was can you adapt Heir to the Empire without Luke, Han, and Leia? And I don't think you can, bro. And if they don't have Luke, Han, and Leia, or Luke or some form of the original three in this new adaptation, you're gonna have a lot of people who are mad, bro. Even if it ends up being hella good, people will still be angry. And I feel bad because like I feel like Dave wants to do a lot of cool things because Dave Filoni's the showrunner for Ahsoka, and because he basically created her. I feel bad for him because I feel like he wants to do a lot of cool things, but like I feel like Kathleen Kennedy and them kind of like tie his hands sometimes, right? So I hope he surprises everybody and Luke, Han, and Leia are in this, because if they are, you're gonna have a lot of people who you will probably have some of the biggest Star Wars turnout ever. If like after the Ahsoka show going into his movie, if you have any of those people in it, I mean, I'm not even talking about like what do they do now when like they show like the young Luke? It's like it's like CGI, but what is it called when they make them look like younger? It's like what there's a word for it.
De-aging?
Yeah, don't de-age, bro. Recast. I think it's time to recast, bro. Childish Gambino's still out there. Get him for Lando because he plays Lando.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro. He would be the perfect age for the like in the Mando verse, Justin. That timeline takes place after Episode 6, which is like a couple years after the Emperor gets killed on the second Death Star. I mean, Childish Gambino is right around the age where you can fit a Lando in there. You can fit the guy who did Solo right up in there. Get Sebastian Stan as Luke, because he literally looks like Mark Hamill. Get fucking Carrie Fisher's daughter to play Leia, bro. I mean, like, just recast.
Does she act?
She's been in Star Wars before.
Oh.
And I think she did I'm not sure how many seasons of American Horror Story she did, but she was in that show too. I mean, why not, bro? Get Carrie Fisher's daughter to play it. Let's just go on. Let's move it forward, bro. And I think it's time to recast. I mean, at the end of the day, these are important characters to Star Wars. And it's almost like what they did with the Black Panther, bro. Like, Black Panther's a huge character in Marvel lore. And instead of just recasting T'Challa, they're like, oh yeah, we're just going to not have him. How about no, bro? Like, I'm pretty sure the actors know that these characters are bigger than themselves. Right? And like, just recast. So, you know, speaking of Mando, because we've been talking about the Mandoverse, I watched episode 7 last night, bro. And where was this all season, dog? Where, like, I don't understand how hard it is for people. Watch this. When I watch House of the Dragon, when I watch Game of Thrones, shows like that, it feels like every episode's a banger. But for some reason with the Mando, like with Mandalorian season 3 and even in season 2, I feel like sometimes there was just episodes that were just like plain filler, right? Because in this season and the previous episode, which would be episode 6, like, what the fuck is Lizzo doing? What? And I'm sorry.
Yeah, what was she like? What was her character?
It literally just looked like Lizzo, like cosplaying. Like, she wasn't an alien. She wasn't nothing.
No, like, I'm asking you, like, you watched the episode. What was she?
So when Din Djarin and Bo-Katan they're going to go like recruit more Mandalorians for their cause to like retake Mandalore. They go to this planet that her group's on, and before they can even get to her group, the people who run that planet wanted to meet them and like talk to them, you know. And it was like, hey, do this for us, and then we'll allow you to go there, right? So when they walk into this big room, there's like a bunch of aliens eating like food and like just having like a kind of one of those things, like, oh, we're eating and talking, and then Jack Black and her at the end of the table, and like it's Jack Black. I said this about Black Adam, remember how it was just like the Rock in the hood just standing there like this, and that's what I felt like watching this, bro. Like Chris, you know the guy from Back to the Future, like Morty,
Yeah.
like he was in that episode too.
He's still alive.
Yeah, apparently. You know what I mean? I think it's Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Christopher Lloyd was in the episode. Like, what are you doing, bro? I think Star Wars doesn't need celebrity cameos, bro. Like when you, bro, the second
He's 84. That's crazy.
I mean, respect, bro. Respect. I mean, honest to God, respect. But like, the second they panned that camera over, I knew it was Lizzo. You could just fucking tell, bro. The second you see her, what is Lizzo doing?
You know why so I saw the picture of her in that episode. I sent it, and I think you kind of can't do anything to her without like stripping her of her identity.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you might as well not even have Lizzo in there.
Yeah, you're right. What about Jack Black though?
If you make her look like an alien or do anything crazy to like where she looks unrecognizable, everyone's gonna be like, "Who is that?" You're not gonna know who it. They want you to know it's Lizzo because it's.
They had to have known they were gonna get that response though, bro.
This is ass.
This is why Lucasfilm, I feel like a lot of them are out of touch, right? They know they have a reputation of like hiring people who pander and like social justice warrior type people. And then they go, hey, we're going to bring this director on and she won an Oscar for a feminist short film. It's like they just seem really out of touch with their fan base, bro. And if you look at these conventions, I'm not trying to be rude here because there's pictures, right? But you look at these conventions, bro, majority of these fans are like white, nerdy males. That's not to say that there's not black fans and female fans, and there clearly is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think they're out of touch with like the people who are putting money into this. That's just my opinion. That doesn't mean like they can't put Lizzo in Star Wars, and I don't want to be that guy that's like, because I probably sound like a huge hater right now. I get it. I probably sound like a huge fucking hater. But imagine like Breaking Bad or like House of the Dragon, and Lizzo's just like, hello, Queen Daenerys. It's like, yeah, we know it's you, Lizzo. Hi.
It was like the Megan Thee Stallion thing in She-Hulk.
Yeah.
I don't know. That kind of shit's dumb, in my opinion.
It doesn't it feel like they're out of touch with that though? Like it feels like, hey, why is Lizzo here?
I mean, for me, when it comes to like watching TV shows or movies or anything, I'm all about like immersion. And when you do that kind of stuff, you like literally take yourself out.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you know it's Lizzo, you know it's
Jack
Black, Megan Thee Stallion. What else do they kind of do that stuff with?
I know they've done it with Marvel recently. Obviously, you mentioned that. I think it is Disney. I think Disney's like the main perpetrator of this, bro. Like this isn't The Simpsons, right? When you have like a celebrity cameo, it's like, oh, cool, look, it's The Weeknd.
Yeah.
But it's like in Star Wars, bro, when we're in like, that's why I couldn't finish Black Adam, bro. It was when The Rock was just sitting there with his hood and like bald head. I'm like, bro, get the fuck off my screen. Like seriously.
You know what's
I got another one. I got a good one. But while you're thinking of that, okay. He plays Moff Gideon in The Mandalorian, right? Season 1, 2, and 3. He was obviously he was in Breaking Bad as Gus Fring, you know. When I see him as Moff Gideon, I don't see the actor. I see Moff Gideon. Right? So there's some people who are big actors who've played other shows, but they're able to like, I can immerse myself. Like I see Moff Gideon. I don't fucking see Gus Fring. Or I don't see, you know. Yeah, but what were you going to say?
They did it before with Daniel Craig. They had Daniel Craig as a stormtrooper, and they didn't like
show his face or anything. Yeah, you know? I think Tom Hardy was too, I believe.
Yeah, so they clearly know how to do it, but that just means that they're pandering then. You don't want to show those celebrities, but you want to make sure Lizzo's face is fucking plastered everywhere.
Yeah, and they're out of touch,
cringy, bro. I don't know.
It is. No, it's out of touch, bro. It's out of touch. Like Star Wars fans aren't pop music fans really like that. A lot of your really big, heavy, nerdy Star Wars fans who are paying to see your movies, paying for your merchandise, they don't give a fuck about Lizzo, bro. And if people actually think that, then I don't know what to tell you. And I won't even argue with you. I won't argue with you. If you think majority of Star Wars fans like Lizzo, I'm not going to argue with you. You think that to yourself, bro, and go argue with yourself in the comments. Do what you got to do. I won't even address it. Like, if you for one fucking second think, and it's not just because she's Lizzo, Jack Black too. What are you doing, Jack Black? What is Jack Black doing? He's another actor that you can't really unsee Jack Black. He's like, hey, toodly,
Kevin Hart's like that.
doobly, huh?
Whenever I see or hear like anything Kevin Hart related, like I just can't. It's just Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
like,
no.
It's such a waste of a casting, bro. Because when you hire him for voice acting, you literally just hear Kevin Hart. Fuck a voice actor. It's literally just Kevin Hart talking.
Well,
And it's
back in the
annoying.
day, remember when Eminem wanted to play the Riddler? Like, I'm glad they didn't do that because, like, bro, I would have saw Eminem the whole time. I would have saw B Rabbit as the Riddler. Like, I wouldn't have saw the Riddler. I wouldn't have saw Edward Nigma. I would have literally just been, hey yo, Bet, you a rat. Like, as I would have.
A good, you know, the Mario movie,
Mhm.
all of their voice acting, even Jack Black, who we were just fucking clowning on, I didn't not hear them. The only one I did hear was Seth Rogen. I couldn't get over the fact that it was Seth Rogen.
But I thought it was cool though. Like,
Chris Pratt, what's his name?
Charlie Day. Yeah.
Anya Taylor-Joy, Jack Black, even Fred Armisen, like all the celebrities that they had, and I couldn't, I could. They did a good job at like masking that.
Yeah, and
I wasn't sitting there thinking, oh, this is Chris Pratt, or oh, this is Charlie Day, or oh, this is this person.
Charlie Day did amazing as Luigi, bro.
Yeah, like they did a good job at doing that, whereas like most projects don't do that.
You know,
Even
John
Keegan-Michael
Leguizamo.
Key, the guy that did Toad. I didn't even know that was him until I saw the credits.
Who was Toad?
Keegan-Michael Key.
Oh,
like
wow.
the guy that does Key.
That's actually cool, bro. Yeah. No, Toad was a gangster in that movie, bro.
Mhm.
I'm not leaving my queen's side, dog. And he stood there like a soldier, dog. I was like, You know, John Leguizamo.
Mhm.
He was talking about how he was mad because of the whole Chris Pratt voice acting, you know, of Mario and how there was no diversity in the Mario movie. Guess what, John Leguizamo? No diversity in an animated movie? It's a movie about toads and Italian plumbers and turtles. Hey, it's about turtles. Right? Do you agree with me on that, bro? He's like, there was no diversity in it. Hey, it's a movie about monkeys and turtles and Italian plumbers. Bye, John Leguizamo. That shit's cringy too, bro. There's no
'cause
diversity in an anime. It's an animated movie, you fuck.
The funny part about that is I guarantee you he didn't even think that. He just knew that if he said those type of buzzwords, like he would get like a bunch of
Yeah, people
clout
like
off of
on
it.
Twitter, like, oh my god, John Leguizamo.
Yeah, I guarantee you he didn't think that shit. He just said like a bunch of hot words and he knew what he was doing, bro. What a fucking rat.
Yeah, he's a little fucking weasel, bro. There's no diversity. Hey, guess what, bro? Bye. You know, it was funny. I wanted to bring this up too because Warren was talking about how they should have casted a black guy for Donkey Kong. And I was telling Warren, like, absolutely not, bro. Like, you know, the whole press for this movie would have been overshadowed
he's a
by.
troll, bro.
Yeah, no, he was dead serious, bro.
No,
He
'cause if
said,
you cast a black guy as a monkey, that's
I know. I told him
even
that. He said that
worse.
it was racist to not do it because he's black. He's saying if you don't cast a black guy as Donkey Kong because you're afraid of the optics, that's racist too. And I was like, bro, but think about it. And he was talking about all the Kongs. I was like, bro, so the whole movie would have been overshadowed with the fact that they casted a bunch of black people as Donkey Kongs. Bro, the whole movie.
Such a troll, bro.
I hope he's trolling. Hey, Warren, bro. Justin's right. If you weren't trolling me, bro, that's crazy. Because when he first said it, I was like, bro, well, we were having a talk about the Mario movie, and I was like, hey, like, the movie would have been overshadowed with the fact that, like, Donkey Kong's played by a black guy. So you want to just cast black people as monkeys now, huh? He's like, oh, but tell me that wouldn't have been fire. And I was like, yeah, no, for sure. Like, if they would have got like a comedic or famous black person to do Donkey Kong, that would have been cool. That it's a movie. Again, it's an animated movie. But the optics would have been crazy, bro. You know, the whole entire press leading up into this movie would have just been about how black people were casted as monkeys, bro.
Yeah.
So, but he was dead ass serious saying that he wanted that, and I was like, bro, like, I'm cool with Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, bro. Like, he's
Yeah, kind of, but like I didn't like. I'm a huge fan of Seth Rogen, especially when he does voice acting. But I didn't really like him as Donkey Kong, or I didn't like the dad as Cranky Kong either.
Oh, you didn't like Cranky
He
Kong?
was like OD Jewish, bro, and like I just couldn't not take it seriously.
Yeah.
Every single time you're gonna come into my kingdom and you're gonna fight my son. If you want my army, you're gonna have to fight my son. Like it
Yeah,
was just
bro.
like
It
hella
was funny.
Chewy,
It was
bro.
too funny too during the dinners at like Mario's house. He's like, hey, you know, hey, this guy fucking, like, they're like, hey, you did a little commercial, you did a fucking, like, they're like clowning him. He's like, hey, this guy just fucking chases his dreams, Dad. He's not even the fucking job. Like, they were clowning Mario and Luigi, bro.
And then Seth Rogen was cool, but I just felt like they probably could have done better. Not recast somebody, but maybe just he could have just done a better job.
And Bowser, I thought he was gonna get Peach, bro. Like when he was singing that song, I was like, bro, there's no way this bitch doesn't take the bait. But I mean, honest to God, like there was people calling it woke too because Peach was actually like not just a bitch who stood there and got kidnapped the whole movie. Like they literally said it was woke. I'm actually glad they made Peach that way, bro. Honestly, like we don't need a Peach who's like hella like incompetent and like a damsel in distress, bro. That's no, bro. Absolutely not. Just like when Warren said that black people should be casted as the monkeys in this movie, absolutely not. And I'm actually gonna have to put a picture up of Warren right now because people aren't gonna know. Like some people might not know who he is. They might think he's like one of my white friends. No, guys, he's black. Before the pitchforks come out, you know, I mean, put the pitchforks down. He's my half black friend. So, but you know, you can't tell by looking at him, but he's mixed. So, but yeah, the Mario movie. Okay, go back to the Mario movie. Like we did a podcast episode previously about what I thought the movie would be about and like if it did good, the implications. It's like smashing every record, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Um, though I saw an article about how somebody from the movie was trying to get Pedro Pascal to play Wario in the next movie.
It was Jack Black.
Jack Black, and that's not well because he just played in Star Wars with them. That's why. That makes hella sense because Pedro's the man. Yeah, so that makes sense. Like they want to set together. You should be Mario. But let's get Lizzo as Daisy. But no, but
Hey, don't give them ideas, bro. They might.
yeah, they might make Daisy fucking. They race swap Daisy, but no, Wario as I think Pedro Pascal should play Waluigi though. You know, I don't know about Wario. I think for
I can't picture him playing any of them.
Well, what are they gonna do when like they cast a skinny person as Wario? Is John Leguizamo gonna come out and say like there's not enough like fat representation? Is John Leguizamo gonna come out like why didn't you cast a fucking fat Italian guy as Wario?
You know what else is crazy about that statement? It's literally a fucking kids movie, bro.
Yeah, you think kids care about diversity? Like my niece didn't give a fucking flying shit that there was diversity in it.
She's 7, bro. I guarantee you she doesn't know what fucking race even is.
I'm glad Avery doesn't, bro.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about what you think about diversity.
She just knows that her mommy's brown and her uncle's white, my dog. You know what I mean? So, well, you're kind of a mix between me and Kylie too. So I don't know if Avery thinks you're white. What do you think Avery's gonna think you are when she gets a little older to talk about that? Are you white to her or what, dude? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one, dude. Is dad white or is dad fucking a coffee bean, dude? But so the sequel, like, so
we're almost the same. Nah, I don't know.
No, you're a little darker than me, I would say, right?
No, I'm definitely darker than you. I'm talking about Avery.
Oh,
where we're not the same skin color, but it's not too different.
She kind of reminds me of Tiger Lily from Peter Pan, bro. So, but I'm not saying that you're not dark as her, but
no, I don't think I am. But we're close enough to the point where I don't think that like she would.
That'd be funny if she's like, "Dad, are you white?" I called her, bro. If she calls you white, bro, will you please tell me? Don't fucking lie either, bro. Don't be like, "Oh, nah, bro, she didn't say I was white." Nah, I'll just be like, "Av, do you think your dad's white or what, bro?" But I mean, obviously, I won't ask her now. But the movie was awesome, bro. I actually give it. If this was a fantastic review, I'm honestly gonna give the movie at least like an 8 or a 9, bro. It was a good movie, man. Like it's an animated movie about Mario. I'm not looking for this to be The Godfather. This isn't fucking like the Oscars where like it's like everything's about diversity and like stuff that isn't about Mario, you know? It's an animated movie about 2 Italian brothers who are plumbers. And there's turtles and there's toads. Let's just keep it there. And they did. It was an awesome movie. I thought the comedy was good, the nostalgia was good. They hit on all the points. Like the Rainbow Road scene was fire, bro. Like that was a good ass scene. And like so Jack Black's Peaches song is eligible for an Oscar, I mean, let's
Can you
let.
imagine him performing at the?
Yeah,
Can you
he's
imagine
probably
him
going to.
performing that at the Oscars?
He's probably going
They
to.
just have like the lights off, and then like just a spotlight comes down on the piano, and
He's
he's
like,
just
oh, picture. Yeah, bro, he's gonna kill it, dude. He might win. I could see it winning,
yeah, that's
bro.
crazy.
Can you imagine winning an Oscar? If you're Jack Black, bro, and you win an Oscar, that might be one of the most GOAT moves ever, dude. What time are we at?
Oh, 37.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, this episode could be a little longer. The movie was solid, bro.
So he has the official music video that dropped on Lyrical Lemonade, the Cole Bennett channel. It has almost 9 million views in 5 days.
Oh, really?
But Illumination, the movie studio, posted it on their YouTube channel 2 days ago, and it has almost 6 million. So he has about 15 million views in the past week.
Nice.
Close, right?
That is pretty. Before we go, I did want to touch on the Harry Potter HBO Max, show that they're gonna do. I wanted to touch on that if you were cool with that. Which, by the way, they're renaming it to Max. That's garbage. It's so garbage that they're taking HBO out of the name. No one cares that it's called Max, bro.
Is it really just gonna be called Max?
Yeah, like the fact that they took in and their stock dropped 6% after
Yeah, I think they'll change that, bro. There's no
they
way
need
just
to.
call
It needs to
Max.
be HBO again, bro. Like HBO is one of the biggest brands
You pay
of
for a
all time.
Max- Do you pay for a Max subscription?
Imagine like buying McDonald's and you change the name McDonald's, bro. Like, oh, are they that retarded? That's insane. But yeah, so Harry Potter's getting a series on HBO Max. I'm still calling it HBO Max. I really don't care. So fucking sue me. But they're gonna have a show. Each book will be a season. So that premise is good, right? Like the books deserve to be fleshed out into a season. Like that is good. Okay. But the fact that they're remaking the original series, who asked for that? I'm sorry, but and it just kind of seems like, and I don't have a problem with J.K. Rowling. A lot of people do. I don't. Like I don't really care. Like I don't think she's transphobic. I don't think any of that about her. But a lot of people do. And if you like, and a lot of people even thought that if you played the game, you were endangering trans people's lives. Like I wouldn't take it that far either. Literally, that's insane to think. And you could have that opinion though. Like if you think she's transphobic and she's not for trans people, like I'm not gonna judge you. Like if you really think that, okay. But I don't think that. Like so, but I think a lot of this probably happened because the original cast doesn't really fuck with her anymore. So they probably weren't going to be able to do a sequel series with like, Daniel Radcliffe and
Are they coming back to do the TV show though?
no. The TV show is going to be about the Sorcerer's Stone through the Deathly Hallows.
I saw that, and I saw that the original cast was coming back.
No. It's going to be, look it up, but it's going to be with all new cast members. And I feel bad for those kids. The new kids are going to play the new cast because like, how do you replace Daniel Radcliffe? How do you replace, any of them really?
Bro, it literally says Harry Potter TV series officially happening at Max.
Yeah, they're trying to make Max a thing. It's not going to happen, bro. Stop trying to make Max happen.
It's coming to the streaming service formerly known as HBO Max.
That's
No,
ass.
they better not. They better revert that shit, bro. That's so fucking.
It's ass, dog. That's so bad. Why are they trying to make Max a thing? I feel like this is Mean Girls, bro. Stop trying to make fetch happen, dog. But yeah, I feel bad for the new cast members, bro. Like, you have big shoes to fill. And people were like, so J.K. Rowling's executive producing? I'm not watching this. I don't think J.K. Rowling cares that, like, 2% of our country isn't going to watch the show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it that way, but it's just what it is, dude. My main thing is, like, they could have done, like, a TV show about, like, the making of the houses. They could have done a prequel about leading up into Harry Potter. They could have done a sequel show with new cast members. I mean, they could have done a lot of things. So the fact that they're remaking the original like movies is just like I'm not like I don't know if I'll be excited for it. But HBO is known for making good TV shows though, right? Like with the House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones. Like they make banger TV shows. So I wouldn't be surprised if the show ends up being really good. It's just like there's too much baggage attached to it. I mean, Justin, imagine every week, right? Every episode comes out and it's just everybody online talking about J.K. Rowling. Imagine the episodes are bangers. And it's like, well, I don't care because J.K. Rowling is a transphobe. It's like, so why even make this show, bro? If every episode and everything on social media will be about J.K. Rowling, and I just think that would be annoying from a company standpoint. That would just be hella annoying, bro. So, but are you gonna end up watching it, or do you think you'll probably be like, we'll just wait to hear what other people
Yeah,
say?
probably.
Yeah. Well,
I
yeah,
can't imagine sitting there and watching. I say this to Cole and them a lot. Like 7 seasons of fucking Harry Potter, bro. They're probably gonna be like hour-long episodes.
yeah.
Fucking 10 to 12 episodes. That's just way too much, man.
Yeah, that's tonight's episode, guys. Episode 111. Thank you for joining me. If you're joining me from Spotify and Apple Podcast, again, like I always thank you guys because that's an important platform for us to be on. You guys check me out on the clips. We do YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook Reels. We're everywhere. The Facebook Reels are starting to get really good now, like view wise and likewise. Slowly, me and Justin are getting there, bro. I'm really proud of what me and Justin were able to accomplish with this podcast so far. Like we're not like the biggest, but like we're the most consistent, bro, here in our state for sure. Quality audio wise, just like presence. So we're making it, man. And there's a lot of people who are joining me on my Facebook, bro. I have like 946 followers now. So if you're joining me from there, like you guys, like keep sharing because this stuff's. I want to be a voice for people. Like I don't want to be like everybody else. I want to give you guys like real, truthful content that you don't have to feel like I'm being PC and like you can hear from like different sides, right? You can hear from like somebody who might not like. You'll hear from a lot of people who hate J.K. Rowling, but like for me, I'm just like I just want to see good television, right? Like I could care like I could care less about like if J.K. Rowling really was out here like being like transphobic and killing people, and I wouldn't fuck with it, right?
You
But
said killing people?
well, no, like how like they say like she's killing people, like people's lives are at risk. Like, bro, if that was really happening, I wouldn't fuck with her, bro. But so I want to give you truthful content, right? I want you guys to be able to watch what me and Dustin do and be like, oh, like I know I'm getting the truth from these guys. They're funny. Sometimes we talk about scary stuff. Sometimes we talk about super nerdy shit like Star Wars. Like I want it to be like something that you could feel comfortable with. And I don't like using the word safe space because it just sounds like it's just. It is a safe space, but like I don't want to be that. It's a safe space, like everybody get out their Bud Lights, right? You know what I mean? But cheers. But like, I drink it and all of a sudden I turn into a rainbow. But which I've been hella going off on people this week about that, bro. Like people who are mad that Bud Light, the whole Bud Light thing. I'll literally go in their comment section and be like, hey, bro, I drunk a Bud Light and turned gay. And like they'll like see this is what's happening to America. Like they'll really believe it. Like they really think I drank a Bud Light and turned gay. That's so sad, bro. That's actually super sad that like they're so angry and riled up, right? That like they'll take what I said verbatim and like see you're not born
Yeah,
with it.
look. You drank a beer and
Yeah, I've been going on
now
hella
it sucks
conservative
dick.
people sharing like, hey bro, I just drink a Bud Light and now I'm trans. Like and I'm only doing it to like show them how ridiculous they are. Like you are a grown ass adult online talking about Bud Light, bro. Talking about trans people and Bud Light. Go home, take care of your kids, and drink a different beer then. That's all you gotta do, bro. You don't gotta go online and rant about Bud Light. Like, either drink a different beer and just like, I know, like, you're capable of more. It's the same thing I said about 6ix9ine. Just go home.
Yeah, I hate when people try to like hold companies to. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but like when like people like won't eat at Chick-fil-A because like
They support like gay conversion
or
therapy and
like
shit.
people won't eat at Jimmy John's because their owner hunts
I was one of
animals
those people
or
for a while, but then I ate a sandwich and I got
like
converted, bro.
I'm
So
not gonna drink Bud Light because they have a trans on their like bro, who cares, man?
you weren't gonna drink Bud Light to begin with, bro. Stop lying. You know what I mean? Like you weren't over here
It's
like,
like the J.K. Rowling thing. I'm just gonna not watch Harry Potter because she said some shit you don't agree with.
yeah.
I'm just gonna not drink this beer because they have a rainbow on the can. I'm gonna not eat at Chick-fil-A because
Yeah, so I'm gonna miss out on something
Chick-fil-A's
hella good because you guys are
fucking
sensitive, bro.
delicious,
Like,
bro.
yeah, exactly, bro. I'm not about to miss out on hella good shit because you guys are sensitive.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here, bro. So, but yeah, that's tonight's episode, guys. Sorry, I
Or like the
prolonged that.
what was the other one? Like the really big one, Colin Kaepernick and Nike to like burning their clothes and stuff.
Yeah,
Because I'm
that
not
was
about to
really
not wear
soft, bro.
Nike, bro. Because you guys are
That was
that's
soft as
crazy.
fuck, bro. And they called the liberal people soft. They call liberal people
Yeah.
soft, and I don't like liberals, bro. But like, they be doing some soft ass shit, bro. I'm like the guy threw up a Bud Light can in the air and shot it. I'm done, and I put his gun down. That was soft, bro. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah.
call liberals snowflakes, and like that was some snowflake pussy shit. Like for real, shot your Bud Light out of the air like it was a dove. I'm supposed to be scared now.
He's like a dove.
Bro, I'm just like, bro, like that was so. Imagine like recording that. You're the
Yeah,
person
it's
behind the
just
camera
internet shit,
recording.
bro.
Hey, Dad, do good. Yeah, you did good, bro. You shot that Bud Light good, bro. Soft ass pussy shit, bro. I'm just crazy, but and everybody says I'm like always go after liberals. No, we can go after conservatives sometimes too, bro. Like they be on some pussy ass shit sometimes too, dude. So it's fucking so crazy how much pussy they act like. So yeah, it's crazy. What I'm trying to say is it's crazy how they be calling everybody snowflakes and pussies, but they be doing some pussy ass shit sometimes, bro. And everything's gay to them, but they be doing some gay ass shit too. Like shooting a Bud Light out of the air with your gun is gay as fuck, bro. I'm sorry. It is. It's not. It's like not cool. It is not. It does not make you hard. And I fuck with my red hat brethren, dude. Like, you know, I'm sometimes like, hey, you know what I mean? But yeah. Until next time, my fellow friends. Peace.